Hi guys, it's me again, DoomJedi. This time I'm starting a series of videos talking about SonderKommando Revolt. It's probably the most interesting subject you want to hear from me, like beside our in-work mods, that is. So it's a long story, and I don't know how to make it short, so I will make it long over a few videos, and more so I will start it from afar, a bit from afar, and I want to talk about my experience with mods in general, because as I see, when you start a mod, it reflects your state of mind, your mindset, your experience, your feelings at the time when you start a mod, the idea for the mod. So then as you work on a mod, your life changes, your mindset changes, and you end a mod, a long mod at least, with a very different mindset, a very different person that from when you started it, and it's a process. And then you start a new mod, and it reflects your new yourself. And then each mod is like a blog, it's like a diary of my state of mind, of any modder's state of mind, I think. And it's like a blog in a form of a mod, of a game. And so I see it in mods of others, and that's why I love so much playing mods of others, and almost all others, I think. Especially I see it when I play mods of Josh, Soldat 555. I like his mods because they're very immersive, and in general, Wolf3D is like a maze. It's an engine which is a maze. It's like a big brain, and so even subconsciously, when you make such a maze, it's like you wire it like your own brain, or like your own mind. You put the things from your subconscious, from your feeling, from your most intimate moments and feelings, even if you're not aware of them consciously, from the subconscious. And so it's like the most like intimate way to know as a person, uh, as you know him more than even he knows himself in a way. You see, because it's like Inception movie. I love that movie, one of my all-time favorites. Inception by Nolan. And you see there that you create a dream for someone in a mod or a game, and you let him put things from his subconscious into that to feel it with all this from all those things, and it's like walking someone's mind, being John Malkovich sort of thing. And for me, this is the amazing thing about modding, and Wolf3D modding in particular, because it's a maze. It's very limited, and so you create it in a very exposed way. You see someone with white passages, and and someone who feel very stressed, and you see those small passages and maze-wise, and when he feels good, it's more of the open areas usually, and more of the run and fun and shoot, and you just see his state of mind. And for a long mod is even a number of states of mind, which is even more interesting, because you see the evolution of a person even from level 2 to level 50. So now back to my business, my mods. You can see it even in Femstein, which was my first mod, that well, it reflected my state of mind, being without girlfriend, and thinking a world can be cool if women just were walking all naked. The rest is just details, as the art was made first and the plot was just made after it, with some elements even from my zodiac sign, Scorpio. So I have a weakness for scorpions, so I just scrapped one from one of our in-dev mods. So it reflected my state of mind back then, and since then I've changed. I don't even think that seeing naked women all of the time is cool or even sexy or even horny, so to say. I have changed so much since then, but it's like a letter of myself to myself. It's like a blog to really reflect my state of mind. And so my next mods after Femstein really reflect my state of mind after it. It was when I was finishing Femstein, I was starting with my new age stuff. I was for many years living in the new age world, esoterics, so to speak, and Sonder reflects it, or it reflects some side of it, because I was trying to develop a few mods in parallel, and each mod reflects a different side of it. Sonder was reflecting the reincarnation part of New Age, reincarnation theory, which was the theories that actually brought me to New Age, because I met a book, very convincing, by Brian Weiss, who is very famous, and I read it, and it convinced me that there is something in this New Age thing. And then it went and went, and I can make a separate video about my New Age things, my New Age times, but it's not that important. And so, and the other mod was Secret of Eridu, which was later scrapped, and it reflected my passion for ancient things, mythologies, and ancient astronauts theory, which I was preaching for many years before finding out that it's a pile of bullshit. But it was pretty much debunked. And so, but I was very excited by that at the time. It's a theory by Zecharia Sitchin and his followers, so to speak. Later, I can make a separate video about it. But so at that time I was starting my New Age ways. I left New Age since then, and so it's very complicated right now, because from one direction there is no stronger skeptics than skeptics who was a New Age believer before. So I'm a very strong skeptic, the strongest. Probably I know how those things work inside. And from the other thing, it's still New Age didn't actually left me, because I'm still hang around some of those people, and things I've seen, I don't have explanation for all of them. So it's like two separate worlds. It's like one world, it's the science, and there is no chance for all this New Age bullshit to exist there. And it's a very real world. And the other world is the world of New Age, and when you believe it, things actually happen, and all those things. And it's like two separate worlds, and I can't connect them, because one is like a true, but the other one is true when you believe in it. So it's kind of true. So it's complicated. So at that time I was starting to believe in those things, and I loved the reincarnation part of it. And another thing I met was this thing. Actually, not this thing. It was another pendulum. but something of that sort. So I can demonstrate you how it works. If I will say a true statement like my name is Maxim, it will say yes. You see this? You see this? My name is Maxim. It's yes. If I say my name is Boris, you will see it change its direction. It's not me like doing this. It's a no, and so you can use this yes and no statement and other type of statement to recreate your previous to know things about yourself according to New Age, and I used it to recreate my past incarnation, or at least what I believed at the time to be my past incarnation as a young 17-year-old SonderKommando boy in Auschwitz. I was taken from Ukraine, I think. I was brought to Auschwitz. My parents were sent to gas chambers, and I was young enough to be taken to be SonderKommando, which were Jews who were doing all the dirty work for Nazis. And so and after that, according to this thing, I joined some plot to assassinate a high-ranked Nazi official who was coming to visit Auschwitz, and it failed. I was caught, and so I was supposed to be the driver or whatever, and I was caught, and I was put into block 11, interrogated, and then shot to death by my mom in her previous incarnation. So that was what I believed at the time I started Sonder, and I started this mod basically based on the same plot. So at the time I was like working still on Femstein, and I thought, wow, with this new engine I can put like naked women in it, and what else I can do with it? Something challenging and interesting. And I thought, wow, it can be cool. I can recreate my past incarnation inside Wolf3D engine and play in it. It's like I've never been to Auschwitz, so it will my opportunity to play, to get my revenge on the Nazis, my personal revenge, not Jews' revenge on the Nazis. It was really based on my personal incarnation, my personal processes, and it was a mod I was making for myself, basically. And if others will like it or relate to it, it's cool. But it was made for myself to recreate this incarnation. It's interesting to try to make in such a limited engine a real place, and place that was not done before in the Wolf3D engine in such a way. I planned it as a relatively simplistic mod, not what it became later, but still I thought it's interesting, it's challenging, it's cool to be able to play your past incarnation and change it. Instead of dying, I would kill the Nazis and escape and do all the things I would prefer would happen in my past incarnation. And who knows, maybe some other Jews and other people will relive this as a fix of a sort, like revenge on the Nazis. SonderKommando were part of similar revolt attempt. It was much smaller, only 8-9 Nazis were killed. It wasn't so. I'm getting close to 15 minutes mark, so I will stop here and I will continue on it later. So I'll see you later. There's still a lot of story to tell about it. I'm just starting. Bye.